And my dad, I remember one time he gave me a knife and he goes, "You're a man, go and sort her out." And I'll be like, "Come here, lady," to my mom. And I'll be chasing her around with like a little knife. As you be like,
Jesus,
drunk. Run around. And I'm like, yeah, drunk, chasing her. Come here. Come here. I'm a man, right? Because he was my hero, right? I would do everything he tells me to do.
So natural.
And so I'm chasing him.
Hello, welcome to What's Your Damage with Jezwatts. This is episode 8, The Joyful 8. That's a play on Hateful Eight from Quentin Tarantino, which is an excellent film. Joyful because, my God, the subject of today's interview, Joe White / Tilahun Hailu, has had such a crazy life, and his mother's gone through so much hardship, and he's gone through so much hardship. He was born in a Sudanese refugee camp. It is wild, and I'm so grateful that he was happy to talk about. I mean, happy is probably not the right way. I mean, they're open enough to talk about some of the struggles that he and his family have gone through. Like, being born in a refugee camp is like the least of it, right? Like, he also had a horribly abusive alcoholic father who was chasing his family around with a sword, and like luckily was taken away forever when Joe was 6. It's like, I'm going to call him Tilahun. He's going back to his birth name as a performer. I think at the end of this tour is the plan, right? So Tilahun Hailu is how he shall be known. But yeah, he's done great work, man. It's really cool to see him doing a show that's a lot more revealing. I was gonna say more honest, but it's like, I think he honestly just wanted people to have a good time before. and this is I haven't even seen the new show, but I think it's a cool new direction for him. Anyway, this episode it's really, really interesting. I think you're gonna like it. Being born in a Sudanese refugee camp is one thing, but then it got worse after that. You know, like they were living on the streets of Khartoum, 6 kids, single mother. Like they had to be tied together at night when they slept on the streets, so none of them would be abducted. I mean, it's just puts my shit in perspective, I'll say that. Anyway, Tilahun, or Joe White, has shows on sale right now for the Melbourne International Comedy Festival and Adelaide Fringe. You can find tickets at joewhitecomedian.com, joewhitecomedian.com. I have shows on sale this weekend in Wellington, where I'm recording from right now, and in March 12 to 14 in Dunedin. Those tickets are actually selling, which is, thank God. And for the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, April 9 to 19, with more cities and countries coming online soon. Please also watch my comedy special, White Rice Supreme, on YouTube. You can also find it on the audio on the various streamers. Get those clicky clicks going. It's thank you. So anyone who has clicky clicked at it, who has commented, that's all very helpful, and I'm grateful for all that. You can also actually watch it if you want. I do think it's good. I certainly have gotten better since, though. So please do also come and see my new hour. Like and subscribe and rate this podcast, please. 5 stars, please. That also helps a lot. Thank you so much for listening. Is that everything I needed to cover? Auckland was great. I just got done with Auckland. The Classic Comedy Club is a wonderful club. Go and support them if you live in Auckland. Thank you if you came to my solo show there. I appreciate you. Happy Chinese New Year. Kong Si Fa Chai. I know that's a weird pronunciation. 1, because I'm white. And 2, because I learned from a Singaporean. But happy Chinese New Year to anyone who's celebrating or who likes money. You know, I'm coming around to it. Actually, money's pretty important, and I need to get me some of that just so I can be a better partner to my partner. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Love you! Feels like you've been imprisoned in this accommodation.
This is a refugee camp in itself, but in Perth.
Yeah. East Perth is essentially a refugee camp.
East Perth refugee camp, that's where we're at.
So essentially from the beginning, I think you performed as Joe White, is that true?
No.
Or you started out as Tilahun?
No.
What did you start out as?
Joe Hailu.
Joe Hailu. Oh, yeah, that's
Hailu's
right.
my real last name.
Yeah.
But I've been Joe from the age of like 15.
Why? Because white people got confused with Tilahun?
Somehow, some way, white people are always involved. I'm in Australia.
Here in Australia, that's true.
I'm in Australia, you know what I mean? So, of course, predominantly it's going to be white people. not in Africa. But
what age did you come to?
11. But
So-
also, like, we have to factor in that if I'm in an environment where it's always white people, predominantly, that we can't rule out the impact the environment has on the individual.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think for me, Joe it's a trauma response, best way to put it, I guess, now as an adult.
Okay.
Because I accepted Joe because I wanted to be accepted and I wanted to fit in.
Right. You were like,
You
I'd
know
rather
what I mean?
deny my identity than be excluded.
Like, not knowingly doing it. But
Oh,
just,
I'm not saying it's conscious. You're a kid, right? Like,
yeah.
when this is
So
happening.
when I first came here, I was 11 years old, and I didn't speak English.
No English at all?
No English.
Wow.
Maybe this chair, this spoon, like that. But that's all I knew. So
Yeah.
came here, and we have to go outside and go to school and be surrounded by kids who don't give a shit if you're had a hard life or anything. If they speak to you
kids
in their
are the
language,
cruelest motherfuckers.
you better respond back,
Yeah,
and if you don't, then you're the weird kid or something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
So there was always that trying to fit in and trying to be accepted. Also, just because you're in a nice environment now, safe environment, it doesn't mean all of a sudden you forget all the shit you went through and you overcome. Like, that's still in the back of your head, and you're like, oh, am I safe? Is this a safe place?
Yeah.
Can I be myself? Maybe I should just wait. I don't want to say and do the wrong thing and get sent back, Worse, I don't want to...
Were you genuinely afraid you'd get sent back?
100%. And it's also a form of punishment that some African parents would use on their kids. Like, I knew a girl where her mum would be like...
if you keep misbehaving, I'll call you Joe.
Oh, no, I mean, like, they're sending back.
Fuck, that's brutal.
Yeah, like, I know.
I feel like that's a good way to police behavior. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, okay, I will clean my room.
You'll think it's good now, but as adults, all of a sudden they'll be twitching and, like, drinking, and they don't know why. It's like the trauma, right?
That's brutal.
Like, I knew a girl where her mum, every time she... didn't do her homework or didn't come home in time when she told her to, she'd be like, that's it, I'm sending you back. And one time she put her in the car, drove her to the airport, and was like, that's it, come on, let's go. And she's like, I'm so on her knees, I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
I won't do it again. Please don't send me back. I love it here.
Fuck, man, that's crazy.
You won't do it again? No, I won't do it again. Okay, fine, let's go. And they go back home to normal life. And she was never going to send her, but she didn't know that, right?
Of course the kid believes it.
Yeah, the kid believes it. But imagine, like, the traumas that kid...
That's insane to me.
Yeah, so some parents do that, man. But we generally... like,
this is why I have a friend who's a high school teacher, and he told me that, like, the immigrant, and particularly, like, the refugee kids are, like, the most well-behaved kids that he has. And this is why. Because they're like, fuck, I don't want to stay here. I want to stay.
It's also the smacks you would get when you get home.
Yeah, sure.
Like, my mom...
You got hit a lot?
Oh, yeah. My mom belted the shit. And I still love it a bit.
Yeah.
Like, my mom didn't hesitate. Like, she's like, you know what I've brought you here from.
Right.
And you've got this opportunity.
Yeah.
Don't waste it. Right? So, and that means go to school. Do the right thing at school.
Right.
I don't care what the other kids are like. You're not like those other kids.
Right.
You're my kid.
Yeah.
Do the right thing. And if you don't do the right thing, if the school gets involved and they notify me you didn't do the right thing.
Yeah, and then you're going back to Sudan.
No, my mom didn't do that. My mom wasn't like, I'm going to send you back.
Yeah.
My mom was like, I'm going to kill you first.
Yeah, I'm going to make you wish that you were back there. Yeah. I'm going to beat you until you like send me to Sudan.
Mom was like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I'm not going to, like, I didn't have that fear, my mom's going to send me back.
And this is why you're so nice and smiley as an adult, right?
No. That's just genuinely who I am as a person. My mom, she didn't use the I'm going to send you back card because I think the parents that use those cards are usually the parents that come here first, right? And they establish, and then they bring their kids over.
Oh, interesting.
Right? And then when the kid is here, then those parents are like, do you want me to send you back? And the kid's like, you probably can because I came here by myself. So I'm so right? Where with me and my mom, like, well, if I go back, you have to come with me.
Yeah.
And we both know how equally shit that was. And I don't think you're going to, want to go back as well. So
you're, we were talking about this before we started recording, but you're ethnically Ethiopian, but you were born in Sudan.
Yeah. Mom and dad, Ethiopian.
Yeah.
And then they left Ethiopia in the 80s.
Right.
I believe there was a civil war at the time.
Right.
And mum ran away from home when she was about 9 years old.
Yeah. Okay.
So her mum died when she was, about probably 7. Suddenly died. Maybe poisoning, I don't know. And her dad was a traveling businessman, so he was hardly in one place at one time. So he took my mom from the village she was at, and he had another wife.
Yes.
That my mom's mom didn't know about.
Yeah.
So
I've heard. Do you know Idma? Idma from here, like comedian.
Yeah, Somalian Idma.
Yeah. I feel like in that part of the world, it seems like there's a lot of dudes that are just like have wives everywhere.
Man,
is that something you've heard of a lot?
I think if you have money, then people go, "Yo, I'll marry you." You know.
Yeah.
But like,
it's just such an insecure place, like that. You just like, well, here's some security or whatever. Like maybe I won't look too closely at it.
Yeah. I think security. People are all, fighting to survive.
Yeah.
But it also the mindset depends how far away you are from the capital cities. Like the capital cities, that's where everyone's tend to be a bit more civil, bit more liberal, bit more educated, bit more doing great, financially and civilized. And then the more you wander away from the capital city and you go into rural areas like country towns and villages and stuff, some people still practicing what they've always practiced for hundreds of years.
Like what?
Like for example, tribal stuff that won't apply in the capital city would apply in some, the rules would apply to that place,
like tribal laws and stuff.
So it's like where the city, it's a bit more there's a bit more rule, like.
But you never saw any of this, right? Like, because this was like your mother grew up in this.
So I saw this in Sudan, not in Ethiopia.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
My mom didn't see it in Ethiopia either because she ran away when she was 9.
Right.
And by the time she got to the border, but this is just common knowledge, like when I know about Ethiopia and countries in Africa, it's like the further you are away from the capital city, the more drastic the changes are in terms of law and order, right?
Okay.
But in terms of like my mom and my dad's story, they met on the border of Ethiopia and Sudan.
Okay.
And Sudan. I think my mom, from the story she told me, she was working at a cafe at the age of maybe 14. And then my dad was, I believe, fleeing the civil war. Maybe, just do you want to be around it or in it? And he was at the cafe and he saw my mom and he fell in love with her and wanted to marry her.
Yeah.
And I think at the time, my mom is, she's just looking to work, and she always had this vision of making it out to the West.
Right.
You know, isn't that crazy? Like at that young age, she's like, I'm not gonna stay here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run away.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna create a new life.
Well,
in
she
the
did
West.
it, man. Like, well done, right?
And for a 9-year-old kid to have these thoughts of I'm gonna run away.
Well, you have to imagine everything around is so chaotic.
Yeah. And like, there's no way that stuff would happen.
Yeah.
There's just absolutely no way that a 9-year-old kid would go, you know what? I'm gonna run away from this home. And I'm gonna go create a life somewhere in America or. No one's heard of Australia back home. It's all either America or England, right?
Right, yeah.
And so where my mom's dad took her and placed her with his, second wife or...
Oh, so she lived with the other wife?
Yeah, and 6 kids.
So it wasn't secret stuff. It was like, hey, you're going to join... We're going to have like a large family with 2 wives.
So he took her from... Because when her mom died, right, he took her and he put her with this lady that...
How old was she?
9 years old.
Okay.
So he put her with this lady that he had 6 kids with, and she was his wife or partner or whatever. Yeah. But my mom didn't, she was being treated like Cinderella by the lady, because she was like she wasn't her kid, and she was from another woman, and so she'd be made to clean, sweep, sleep in like dodgy areas, and eat leftovers, do a lot more housework, get smacked around, and not get showered or given any new clothes. So my mom didn't like the whole situation, so she decided to run away at 9 years old.
Yeah, okay.
With this idea that she's somehow one day going to end up in the West.
Yeah.
Right? And she's going to start a new family there, which is like ridiculous. Like people would be like, you're not going to make it from here to Sudan, yet alone from here to Australia or the UK or America, right?
Yeah.
And so when she ran away, she did experience a lot of traumas and suffering.
Of course.
As a 9-year-old girl running away to another country. But there were kind people along the way that helped her as well. So at this cafe, this lady gave her a job and she was working there.
Right.
And that's when she saw my dad.
And she's what age at this point?
About 14.
Yeah, okay.
And so the lady was
And your dad, how old?
Oh, he would have been mid-20s probably.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It should be registered pedophile.
Well, it's different in that part of the world,
in that part of the world, it's different,
yeah.
right?
And even if you go back, 100, 200 years in this part of the world or, in England or whatever, it's like, it used to be different.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Right? So they saw each other there, and I think the lady my mum was working for, she's like, look, this man, he's interested in you.
Yeah.
He can give you the life that you speak of.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you want. Like this is your opportunity. And so
Right.
my mum said, okay. So she married him, and they went to Sudan together.
Yeah, okay.
And they ended up in
And at the
Tuawa,
time,
which is a refugee camp.
and
in
at the
Sudan.
time, there was like military dictatorship in Sudan, right?
Sudan at the time, the ruler was Umar al-Bashir, and he was a dictator.
Yeah. But you
and
think
he
he's
was
a good guy?
No, I don't think he was a good
Okay,
guy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
it's a
dictator in the
but...
word. No, I don't think he's a good guy.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what he
With a
did.
democratically elected,
Like with
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I mean, some African countries, have had that democratically elected president.
Yep.
But then this coup happens that somehow
Right.
is purely driven by Africans, which is a lie because a lot of it, many years later comes out.
It's international,
there's international interference.
Yeah, of
and
course.
like, hey, if we get rid of him and we'll put you in power,
Yeah,
you give us this deal and that
make
deal.
deals on the resources.
It's like,
yeah,
excellent. So it's like, there's been a few countries like that. But Umar al-Bashir, who was the dictator of Sudan at the time we were there, he was, I think he was in power for like 30 years. He only got overthrown by a movement by the people, I think in 2019. So imagine that I'm here and I'm watching and I'm like, wow, they finally overthrew him.
Yeah, crazy.
So the refugee camp Tuawa, that's where my mum and dad went and lived.
Right. So there's a refugee camp in Sudan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like it's bordering Ethiopia and Sudan.
Okay.
But I don't think it's there anymore. And for a long time, like I didn't even know it was a refugee camp.
It's just home.
Yeah, it's massive. There's like hundreds and thousands of people. There's houses,
Wow.
there's schools. Right, so in my head, I'm like...
And it's like full buildings or tents or like what's it look
not
like?
Not tents. Houses built from mud
Yep.
and huts.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like the base of it is mud and then the top is like
So it feels almost
massive
like a little city or like a big village.
Little city.
Little city,
Yeah, so it felt like a little city. So I'm like, I'm
especially you're little too.
Yeah, and so I'm from that city, Tuawa. And then, I thought we're refugees because, we're Ethiopians, not in our country, we're in Sudan, and we're applying for a refugee humanitarian visa.
Yeah.
You couldn't apply for refugee status from your own country, you know what I mean? You can apply for a political refugee.
I see.
And those things.
Yeah.
But if you're going to apply for a legitimate refugee, you have to be in another country. So maybe that's why a lot of people flee to neighboring countries and apply from there as well.
Interesting, yeah.
So we were applying from Sudan. My mom was applying from Sudan through the humanitarian...
Is that process, are you like I don't know, maybe your mum might know better, but I assume you know roughly how this goes. Do you apply for a specific country or are you just like, hey, we just need to get out anywhere?
Yeah.
Is there a central authority, they decide where you go? How does it all work?
There's definitely a central authority that decides where you go. You go to the office, you line up. There is hundreds and thousands of people there.
Yeah.
And then they see you one by one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cases.
Because there's, I guess, a bunch of countries all over the world who will take a certain number a year, I guess, right? Yeah.
And they'll tell you, your visa's been approved. It's to this country.
Right, but you're not deciding. You're not like, I would like to go to Canada or I would like to go to Australia. You're just like, I would like to go somewhere.
Yeah, I would like to go somewhere. Yeah. Imagine if you did this. America,
I don't know.
I'll go to England. Okay, you can go to England. Thank you. Then everyone will be going one way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't like to go to America now.
Over there, it's whatever they keep hearing about, because over there, it's like America is all you hear about. Over there, USA, America. So you're like, that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
We didn't even know about Australia. And so, there's a central government or department that, department that makes the final call after they interview you. And all that. And
were you interviewed as a kid as well? We interviewed the whole family?
Yeah. So they they prioritize as well, like the people that are in a much severe situation and need to leave ASAP, you know?
Right.
And so a single mom, 6 kids, that takes the cake.
Well, you say single mom, right? So we skipped over your dad.
Yeah.
So he was around for a while?
Yeah, so my dad, when they were in the refugee camp,
right,
in Twawa, that's where we were all born, right?
All 6 of you?
All 6 of us, yeah. So all born in a refugee camp in Twawa.
Yeah.
And then
all to your dad, yeah?
Yeah, same dad.
Yeah.
And so at the age of 5, maybe even 6.
And wait, where are you in the kids?
Middle. So
right in the middle?
Twin, yeah.
Okay.
So I've got an older sister, older brother.
Yeah.
And then me and a twin sister. And then I've got a younger sister and a younger brother.
Mm.
Yeah, so my dad when I was probably about 6 years old, he was a heavy drinker by now. He became an alcoholic. Yeah. And to the point where he would be physically abusive. Like he would hit mom, he would hit us. Yeah. And then
big guy?
Yeah, or we're all little kids, so he was,
everything's big.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And he would be like, "You're a man, like come with me. Let's get some drinks." So when I was
you're like 5.
When I was that age, I used to get drunk with my dad.
Whoa!
Yeah, that age, man.
Do you drink now?
Yeah, of course I drink now.
I don't know. I'm a sober alcoholic.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am.
I'll have like one.
You don't feel like you have issues with alcohol?
One a week or one a month, maybe.
Oh man, I wish I had that restraint.
How often are you drinking?
So I used to drink a lot, and
that's a comic's life, though. Yeah.
Well, I guess I made the mistake of telling my GP the actual amount of alcohol I was drinking, and she was like, "You got to stop."
Oh, really?
But yeah, so I had nothing for a full year, and then after that I tried to have moderation with it, but I would immediately get back in the old habits. Like I was never a binge drinker, but I was really consistent, habitual drinker. And so then
one a day or
no, minimum 3 a day, up to maybe 5 a day, but every day, never miss a day.
Okay.
What
were you drinking? Glass of wine?
Oh, whiskey, that. I was a big whiskey drinker.
Is that bad? 3
I thought it was great.
I didn't think that was bad.
But so what I was doing essentially was I was self-medicating for anxiety through alcohol.
Yeah, okay.
And then I got into therapy and I got some medication for my anxiety, and I was like, oh, actually that helped me to stop drinking, because it was like, oh, my anxiety is now under control. I can sort of stop. But what I found was I just sort of have a addictive personality. My dad was an alcoholic as well, and
there you go, something we can bond on.
It's something where whatever I enjoy, I tend to go towards addiction with it. So the same with video games, with smoking, with anything. And so alcohol for me is the same, right? And so my life got better because I stopped drinking, which enabled me to continue to stop drinking, to continue to not drink. But now the rule is I have 5 days a year that I'm allowed to drink.
Okay.
That is not, it's not
5 days a year?
Yeah. So we went to, my partner and I went to a wedding a couple of months ago, and it's an old friend of ours. I was like, all right, I'll have a couple of drinks at the wedding. But that's one of my 5, right? And it's I have to just be more intentional about it. I can't just go, okay, I'll have a normal amount and a normal amount of days or whatever.
What, 5 days you can drink?
Yeah.
A year. Okay, I thought you said you can't. I'm like,
no, 5 days I can. 5 days I can.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's not 360 days drinking. I really cut down.
I think you're still an alcoholic, James.
Yeah, I am. I am still an alcoholic. That's the thing. I still have that draw towards it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I have to be on guard against it.
Yeah.
But I think it's a cool thing that you don't suffer from that, right? Yeah. I think a lot of times you see kids from...
You should join Friends of Bill.
What's that?
It's like an Alcoholics Anonymous.
I don't like to be in groups.
Forget those guys, losers.
So he left when you were 6. Is that right?
Yeah. So when I was 5, 6,
was there a big fight?
Well, yeah, of course. He used to. He didn't just go, all right, guys, I'll be back.
Well, I don't know.
Next week.
Yeah, went out for cigarettes, never come back. Yeah, it happens.
I'll just go milk a goat and come back. See you
later. That's the Sudanese version of get cigarettes. I'm going to go milk a goat.
No, we're going to go get milk from the shops. That's the Sudanese version, is milk a goat.
Yeah.
No, so he used to take me with him to get pissed. Yeah, he's like, "You're a man. You can come and drink with me." I'm like,
"Are you the only boy? The other boys?"
No, I've got my older brother as well. And at the time, I used to just put on a shirt. I didn't have pants or anything.
Right.
So just balls out. just walk around.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you're a man. You can come and get drunk with me. And so I'm there with just a shirt on, and I'm just sculling this drink.
And you're doing this year's show in that outfit, right? Is that correct? Did I hear that right?
Imagine that. Hello, guys. This is how I was when I was like 6 years old. No, so like he used to, so the alcohol, like he used to take me to the alcohol house, and the alcohol house is just like a normal house.
Right.
But like there's a lady serving alcohol and everyone's sitting like in a circle, just drinking, talking.
Is it like sort of locally brewed like moonshine kind of thing?
Well, yeah, it's locally brewed, but you know, it was sweet. And that's one of the reasons why as a kid,
it's like, delicious.
Oh, this is great. I go, I'm a man. And I'll just it was just like, you know, a lot of the drink will be sliding down and I'm just like drinking. I'm like, this is like the best. Yeah. Right? And then when I'm like walking home, you know, I'm like, I don't feel so good. And we'll get home.
You're tiny.
Yeah, we'll get home and my mom will be like, what have you done to my kid?
Right.
He's like, he's a man. He's all right, you know? And I'll be like, I don't know what's going on. And I'll start pissing everywhere, man. Because, you know, when finished drinking.
I used to do that when I was drinking as an adult. Like,
and my poor mom, you know, she'd be like, oh, my baby. And she would nurture me. But I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. And my dad, I remember one time he gave me a knife and he goes, you're a man, go and sort her out. And I'll be like, come here, lady, to my mom. And I'll be chasing her around with like a little knife. And she'll be like,
Jesus, drunk.
She'll run around. And I'm like, drunk, chasing her. Come here, I'm a man, right? Because he was my hero, right? I would do everything he tells me to do.
It's so natural.
And so I'm chasing her around. And then I think I hit my head on a pole. And I was just like out. And I woke up crying to her, nurturing me, you know? That's mum's, eh? Yeah. Not like that. So she's nurturing. I'm like, I'm sorry, I chased you. No, I was just like crying and pissing everywhere. I'm hungover. Yeah. My dad was crazy, man. And one time, right, he goes to me and my older brother, you guys are men now, so you have to, like, we had our hut and
Brother's how much older than you?
My older brother. A year and a half to 2 years.
So, yeah, still around the same age.
Yeah, so he'll be like, he took our beds, right? We had like little beds. In this massive hut that we lived in. Right. But it's cordoned off, right? Like it's a big fencing around it. Yeah. And sometimes people would jump over like thieves to try and steal like little lambs and stuff like that we had. Yeah, because we relied on these goats and sheep for like food and milk, right? Yeah. And so my dad will be like, all right, you guys are men. And he'll give us each a knife and he'll be like, he'll take our beds and he'll put them outside. And he'll be like, you sleep outside?
You're guarding these.
Yeah, you're guarding the lambs. And me and my brother, like, we're holding our knife and I got it under the pillow. And I'm like, none of us are asleep. Yeah. And he's like, you asleep? I'm like, no, man. It's like, I got no pants on. I'm cold. Well, I'm telling you. It was just one of, like, now I look back and I'm like, holy shit, man. Yeah. Imagine if he didn't leave and he stayed and we were growing up under that condition, the type of men we would have turned out to be. Right. How violent, aggressive. Yeah.
He was molding you in his image.
Yeah, in his image. And we would have probably, if he didn't go away, if we didn't leave, you know, like I'll tell you how we left. The last time I saw him, and this is the last memory I have of my dad, right? Yeah. It was like maybe 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. And he came home and we were all asleep, but he was drunk and angry and he kicked that door down and he's like, what? Blaming my mom for everything that's gone wrong in his life. And she was screaming, running around because he had a sword and he was trying to like...
He had a sword?
Yeah, he was trying to hit her with a sword and he was chasing her around. And she was, I believe, pregnant with my younger brother at the time. Right. And so she was like screaming and we all woke up and he was like, go back to bed. And all of us went, meh.
I mean, motherfucker's got a sword.
Dude, I didn't even know we were like that good of actors, but I was just like, back to sleep, right? Jesus. And so we could still hear the screaming and stuff. But my older brother, and you know, my older brother has been a hero so many times. Yeah. And he's just, because he's the oldest, he just knows like to step up. You know?
Yes, exactly.
So my older brother at the time, he would have been maybe like 8 years old or whatever, right? He just like rolled out of bed and just like crawled out the house, ran to the neighbors, and he notified the neighbors of what was happening. Yeah. So they notified the cops or whatever at the refugee camp, and they came like that, you know. Yeah. And they don't put up with men hitting like women. Yeah. So they grabbed my dad.
But he'd been doing it the whole time, right? Like.
Well, yeah.
Had he been pulled up before? Is this like second offense, third offense? Or this is the first time it got like reported?
Yeah. This is like, the first time where
they finally find out
it's
about
out
it.
of control to the point
to the point that the neighbors are involved.
There's always build up,
Yeah, of course.
And so this was like the last time I saw him.
Right.
Yeah. And so, the cops came and they smashed him to the ground. And
right.
They got their guns out. And my mom and we're all just huddled around her.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Who is this man?" And she goes, "This is their dad." And they look at I'm just watching them looking at his ID, and he's just like, "Black off, man, black off," like just drunk.
He's
right?
drunk, right? Yeah.
And then they go, "Do you want him?" And she's like, "No, he's hurting us."
Yeah.
And then that was the last time I saw him.
He disappeared.
I've never seen him again.
Do you think he's alive?
He is alive, yeah.
You know for sure?
Yeah, 100%.
How do you know?
So when we arrived in Australia in our 30s,
yeah,
right? Like we arrived when I was 11, but in my 30s,
yeah,
in my 20s, late 20s,
yeah,
my mom, after running away from home and everyone thinking she's probably dead now,
yeah,
all her family, she has one brother and like a lot of obviously half siblings, and
right, yeah,
they all thought she's dead.
Yeah,
she ran away. We can't find her.
9-year-old kid ran away.
Yeah, we can't find her.
What's the chances that it went well?
Yeah. And my mom actually changed her name.
Yeah.
So that she told people her name was different name.
Yep.
So that she can't be found.
Be separate from that old life.
She doesn't want to be found.
Yeah.
Right? And so they all thought she was dead.
Yeah.
And so when we came to Australia, mom worked saved and went back home to Ethiopia.
Okay.
By herself.
To find the old family?
To find the family. She took my younger brother with her to find the family.
Yeah. Connect to the roots.
Her family. Connect her roots. Find out what's going on, right?
Yeah, right.
And then when she got there, she found her brother and he's like, there is no way.
Yeah, I thought you were dead.
She's like, no, it's me. He's like, no, you died. You left when you
were born. They've all grieved, I'm sure. Yeah.
She's like, no, I live in Australia now. And I'm rich, bitch. Think about it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
She's
crazy. Pretty much like a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Like a teacher in some parts of that world, it's like $100 a month is what they'll get.
Yeah.
Right? Like here on Centrelink, you can get hundreds.
Yeah.
Like over $1,000, right?
Sure.
Easy, a fortnight.
Yeah.
So my mom is like, she's like, no, I live in Australia and I'm here now visiting and I can't believe I found you.
Yeah.
And obviously she was telling me the interaction, the encounter, and she's like, it was touching her face, and he's like, no way, this is you.
Yeah.
And she's like, they're just like going through it, and eventually it's like, oh my God, it is you, and everyone's just like hugging her, and and she found the lady that was abusive to my mom, the stepmom.
Yeah, and she gave her a slap across the face.
She wasn't there. She wasn't there because she passed away.
Right.
So my mom found out where she was buried. She went to her grave and she built her grave. She gave her a tombstone and all that.
Yeah.
And when I asked my mom, I'm like, I thought maybe you'd go there and
piss on the grave.
And she said no, because if it wasn't for her, I would not have run away.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I would not have had the life.
Whatever the events you go through, they shape who you are now, right?
Yeah.
So if you're happy where you are, you actually need to be grateful for everything that's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, you're a bigger person than I am, because I'd have gone there and just pissed, right? Or no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, this is a good question. Yeah, what do you think about the comedians of Perth comedy from when you started? Would you build their graves? Did you feel accepted when you started here? Because I feel like from my perspective, it felt like the scene was really unwelcoming to you.
Yeah, look, when I started in Perth, and when I started, of course, just like in any venture you go in, you want to make friends and you want to collab with people, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to go to make friends and you want to collab with people and they're not receptive and the energy is like negative, it's not, they're not quite direct, but you could just pick up the vibe. It's not.
There was a lot of shit talked about you when you
there?
Started. Yeah,
I didn't even I'll be honest.
You didn't know about any of that?
I mean, I sort of knew.
At the time, I will say this as well. Like, I think the scene has changed a lot, it seems like. Like, as I keep coming back and visiting and stuff. Like, at the time, I think the scene in general was quite toxic and there was a lot of factionalization. A lot of people being like, I don't like that guy. It was a pretty small scene to have that much aggression in it.
But you don't know, right? Like,
I mean, I guess so. I'm curious your perspective on it, right? Like, how did you feel? Yeah.
I mean,
you just sort of went, okay, yeah, these guys aren't supporting me. You didn't feel like they were against you. You were just like, okay, cool. I'll just do it. Because you were doing like sold out like hours before you were doing open mics, right? Like you started in a way that I now recognize as that's amazing. And even at the time, I was weirded out that people were like mad at you for it. But I think people at the time, from my perspective, the stuff I heard, that you weren't like paying your dues in the open mics or whatever. As people were thinking like you jumping the line. It's like there's no line.
Of course, there's no line.
The motherfuckers doing sold out shows like.
Yeah.
We're standing in a line to nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
And I think a lot of comics, when they first start, they stand in line.
Well, they think it's a line, and it's not.
Yeah, but they stand in line, and they think it's a line because they've been told it's a line.
Because the booker of the open mic went, you have to stand in line, and I'm in charge of the line, and it's like...
It's not even the booker, necessarily. It's other comics who started before them. They tell them, hey, this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it's all that comic is doing is saying, I'm going to get my pie before you get yours.
Exactly.
And you better do stuff to help me get my pie.
Yeah.
And if I don't get my pie in time, you better praise me like I got my pie. Because I've started,
that's how it's done.
That's how it's done. And so then if you're like, well, I'm doing a better job because my jokes are better, I'm taking it more seriously, I'm actually branding correctly. And now I've got more people, so I'm getting a bigger piece of my pie before you get some of yours. Like, you're making them see, like you're holding up a mirror to them, right? And they're like, oh no, that's what I want, but I can't get there because I'm not working as hard or planning accordingly. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna stop you from getting yours, so I don't feel bad about not getting mine.
Yes.
You know? So I think when you find yourself in that situation, you just have to go the other way. Away from everyone. That's negative. Always, when I first came into stand-up comedy, for like the first year or maybe a year and a half, I discovered self-development, personal development.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And in personal development, and I think that's what worked for me in the beginning.
What do you mean by that?
So in personal development, you learn things like there's always a better version of you. Yeah? There's like, you really believe there's a better version of you. And the way to bring that better version of you out is to put in the work, the time. Right? The energy. Believe that there's a better version. Even when you don't know, ask yourself, if I did know, what would I do? Right. And then do it. And then that's a little bit closer to your goal than where you were when you're like, what do I do now? Right? So just keep doing it. And then what's going to happen is you will go as far as you can go. And then someone else will see you and go, hey man, I love what you're doing. And I want to collab with you to go up another level. Right. And then you go, hell yeah. Those fruit flies. That's breakfast.
This is where you
enjoy your breakfast.
This is where you've gotten to. I mean, I don't have any money. I'll eat the fly.
You know what I mean, though? Self-development teaches me that. So when I started, I wasn't interested in open mic mentality. What I was interested in is people who were driven, people who knew what they want. Because when you started... People who believed on what it is that they want is very important for me. So I believed I was already an arena comic. Right? I believed that. And I acted, I dressed, and I performed accordingly.
You set up these shows yourself.
And open mic comics didn't appreciate that.
No, they were mad.
So that's fine. But their opinion of me wasn't my reality. My reality was what I created, right? And how I felt.
So these big shows you were doing, I think you had a community in the church, right? And
no,
I think didn't you?
I mean, everyone had.
No, but you had like
I'll be honest with you, people would go, yeah, but you did well because you had all the Ethiopians.
Oh, listen,
I'm not. What are you talking about?
I'm not saying as a criticism.
There was no Ethiopians at my show. There's still no Ethiopians at my show.
I mean,
I wish they would come.
Yes, the show. Yes,
there's no Africans at my show.
The show that you hired me to help you with was a pretty overwhelmingly white audience.
Yeah,
which is Perth usually.
And I worked with you because at the time, like, I'm like, Jez is the man. He knows what he's doing. Like you've from day one.
You were doing very very well without any assistance from me, right?
You've always worked, man.
Oh yeah.
I'll put you up there with one of the hardest working comics I know.
When I was in Perth, other people used to say about, oh, Jed's the hardest working comic here. And then I moved to a bigger city and I was like, oh, I'm lazy compared to a lot of people. Like the people who are really trying to make a career of it, like, and I think there's a real minority of those people in Australian comedy, like Australian comedians versus UK and US particularly. I think there is a lot of low work ethic. There's a lot of like, especially people get a TV thing or they get some money and then they stop like going to open mics and running material and they don't really care about becoming better because they're like, I got money, it's fine.
Yeah.
And I think also there is something in Australian culture about it's not cool to try.
I mean, in Australian culture, it's once, like, if you're trying, everyone's rooting for you because you're an underdog.
But if you
But
make
the moment,
it,
you
now
start
that's
to
a
make
problem.
it, they're
It's
like,
the
hey, what are you doing, man?
It's that
Like,
tall poppy thing.
Yeah.
It's not cool to try and succeed. How dare you?
Yeah. So with me, it's like, man, I wasn't really involved with open mic comedians. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
When I came to the scene, when I came to an open mic, like, I came for the audience.
I mean, literally.
I came for the audience. I came dressed and ready to perform and make the crowd laugh. And turn the room if it was not a good set.
Sure.
Like, if the room wasn't doing well,
I mean,
came to turn the room. That was my goal.
When I first heard of you, you had already been doing, like, your own shows to 100, 150 people. Like, not just you, like you and a couple of some other people. And, like, some of the sort of, I guess it's not like, at least at the time, there was kind of a separate kind of black scene, which was kind of like maybe a bit of an immigrant scene as well.
A black scene?
Yeah, there were like was it Vicolo the comedian?
There has to be more than 3 people doing stand-up comedy for it to be the black scene.
No, but there was like a separate thing where, like, there were a few, like, black artists, I think primarily immigrant artists, who performed to pretty exclusively, like, immigrant crowds, and that they sort of didn't cross over with it's not right to say white scene, but like the
okay.
but
I'll
like
tell
the
you,
other scene.
I know what you're trying to say, and I'll tell you this.
Yeah,
there is only one comedy scene in Perth that we can agree that matters. Yeah, that's performing to like the Comedy Lounge.
I mean, I think all comedy is pointless.
The Comedy Lounge.
I don't agree any of it matters.
The open mic comedians, that comedy if shows that you run,
right?
The open mic nights and proper at Oasis or the Brisbane Hotel.
Yeah.
Like, we can tell you which are the rooms now. MC Vicolo and some of the African comedians you mentioned, and I think it's just MC Vicolo and Jesse Cosse.
But
who else?
I remember Jesse Cosse.
Who else?
No, but it was like you.
I think it's just those two.
Yeah, it was you and those guys.
It's just those two. It wasn't me and those guys.
That was
those two didn't really do Comedy Lounge or do the rooms you run. Or they didn't do the open mic scene. They didn't do the comedy scene in Perth.
Yeah.
They just did. I think MC Vicolo had his own thing where he did events for other groups, like African organizations,
right?
And he would go and he'll do drumming and traditional stuff, and
right, okay,
you know what I mean. And that's not the comedy scene in Perth,
right? Yeah, I mean, I think, like, I wasn't hadn't really seen it directly, but I think we had this idea at the time. Oh, there's like sort of an African scene. There
isn't,
and
there was never an African scene. The only African comedians in Perth in the comedy scene, right, was Nat Damina was before me. Yeah,
was he before you?
Nat Damina
he was after.
No, he was before me.
Oh,
Nat
wow,
Damina.
I did not know that.
Nat Damina, and then me.
But yeah, Nat, I don't think ever even did the African shows, right? Like
Well, there was no. Those shows were not like comedy shows. I think it was just MC Vicolo under his organization or comedy events banner.
Yeah.
He would maybe reach out to, like, the arts department or something.
So what was your first gig?
My first gig was at the Brisbane Hotel.
Okay, cool.
And then after I did the Brisbane Hotel, I went and did your shows.
Yeah.
Right? Your open mic shows.
Yeah.
And then I did some for Comedy Lounge, right? Or at the time
at the Charles Hotel.
At the Charles Hotel. Yeah. And then I went, all right, well, I want longer stage
before
time.
Johnny could afford 50 Rolexes.
Yeah, killing it now. So the first 6 months, I just worked on my own show and did 45 minutes of comedy.
Yep.
But I saw the show as an hour because I had Nat Damina and one other act do the 15 minutes.
Yeah, great.
And then I did 45 minutes because that's all I could afford at the time, right?
That's a lot for fucking that early in. Like, that's actually great. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I was watching Trevor Noah documentary, and he said that it took him 2 years and he did his first show and he filmed it, right? And so I was like, all right, well, let's see if I can beat that, you know?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to work my way to an hour. So I'm going to do 45 minutes. And I partnered up with an Ethiopian promoter. And we announced the show and we sold tickets and we had 120 people there.
Yeah, great.
And that was a very mixed crowd. There was some black people there. There was white people there. There was, brown people there. Asian people. And so I did the show and I was just winging it. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm like, if I did know, what would I do? And I'm gonna go and do it. So
Yeah, great.
I did it, and it was like, all right, they believed me, they laughed,
Sure.
and it went great.
Yeah,
I watch it now, and I'm like, oh, it's terrible.
No,
right?
of course. I mean, no, literally. I mean, I put out my special a month ago, but I recorded it in March. Looking at it now, and that's from only that's from 12 to 13 years in, so less growth than 6 months to wherever we're at now.
Yeah.
But looking at it now, I'm like, oh, why am I saying it like that? Like, why is this line? This is a better version to say that or whatever. It's like, I think if you don't hate the old stuff you did, you probably haven't grown enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That,
like,
100%.
if you're like, oh yeah, that's perfect from a year ago. It's like, okay, so you haven't grown at all.
You haven't grown.
You're not any better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. And so then I went, all right, well, I got to rinse and repeat now until I get to arenas, right? So I rinsed and I repeated. I rinsed and I repeated. And I reached out to people like you for a venue and to do the stuff that I didn't know until I know how to do it, right?
Yeah, sure.
So then the next show I had 200 and something people?
Yeah.
And you did the opening spot, right?
Yeah.
And then I just rinsed and repeat. I'm like, all right.
And at the time, it was the most I've been paid for a gig.
I looked at how much I paid you and I was like, well, damn.
Is he really provided this value?
I watched his set. I'm like, is it worth this much?
No, I mean, but I got you the venue. I got you the venue too.
Look, man, if it wasn't for you, I would not have had those people up there having such a great time.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's what the money was for.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily just for you doing your performance.
Yeah.
It was for everything else.
Well, still thanks for it.
No worries. I've reported you to the ATO. So
yeah. Ooh, I'm about 5 years behind on my tax return. All right. Hey, let's just before we leave all the refugee stuff, like, what are we up for time? Whoa, so much. What actually was the process once you got accepted refugee status to here? Did you have to?
So we waited about 4 years.
Yeah.
And then our last interview before we got approved, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is where my origin story comes from: the need to be accepted.
Yeah.
Right. So our last interview, my mom. It's been 4 years now. We've lived on the streets. We've had to go through bins to find food.
Right.
People would try to kidnap us at night because we didn't have a house, and my mom would tie 3 of us to this side, 3 of us to that side.
Wait, this is where exactly this is
in Sudan.
This is in Sudan.
We left the refugee camp. We went into the capital city, Khartoum. Yeah. So, but we became homeless.
Why did you leave the refugee camp?
To try and get to Australia.
So you're not allowed to be in the refugee camp in order to apply?
I mean, there's many ways around the process to try and get to, and you just have to take your shot. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's either
but you're going to have a better chance by leaving the camp.
Well, it's either you wait around and put your case forward, or you go to where the office is and you hang around there, and you're not far from it. You can go whenever, right, to try and plead your case constantly. Right?
Anytime there's any chance, you're be there.
You take it. So Mum's like, that's it. I'm going to sell whatever goats we have left and whatever furniture we have left,
right? And
we're just going to go to the capital city, and we're going to try to, get our get our case heard and approved from there, right?
Right.
And so I believe the story my mom tells me is we were approved so many times, like maybe 6 times, 7 times, but it kept getting, due to corruption, they can easily rip your pictures out, put someone else's pictures in there,
sell it to someone
else, and that person goes to another country with your name. So my mom believes that we've been a victim of that on so many occasions.
Interesting.
But then they'll go, oh, sorry, you failed. So the story is she was on a bus with all our case, with a file with our case in a file, and she's holding it, and they told her that we failed, and she was just crying on the bus, right? And then she saw a man that worked at the immigration office in Djibouti, I believe it was, and he's like, why are you crying? And he knew her, and she said, this is the thing with my mom and our cases. A lot of people knew us because single mom, 6 kids living on the streets. You know what I mean? Someone help her.
Right.
So people knew about our case.
And this is 4 years you're on the streets?
No, not 4 years. We were probably on the streets for about a year, maybe.
Right.
And then we got in. We lived.
That's in nothing. Then whatever.
Someone's veranda.
Yeah.
Then we stayed in a house that had no windows, no electricity, and I swear at night I saw snakes.
Yeah.
Right. And I still think about it. I'm like, those big ass snakes. Just, So this is heaven for me. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But she said, we believe that our visa got approved, and we think due to corruption it was sold. Can you help? And he said, okay, I'll help. He took the case and he organized an appointment, an interview. And this was our final interview. And so my mom was like, we have to nail it. Right. We have to nail this interview. And kids were like, we don't know why we're dressed up. We're running around. Right. Yeah, right. And dressed up is Still got holes on
You
our
got pants.
shirts and all. We got pants. we got pants, right? So she's like, this is our last interview, and we're just running around. She's like, listen, and I remember this. She goes to me. She says to us, if we don't pass this interview, this is in the privacy of our own home, right?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna kill myself if we don't pass this interview. This is it. This is our final call. This is it.
Yeah.
She goes, there's no other way. It's like they need to accept us.
Yes.
Or it's the end for me. I'm gonna throw myself off the river. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm done.
Yeah.
And
so did you calm the fuck down then?
Yeah. We all went. Our buttholes went.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Though it's like
that's the stakes.
She's gone as far as she could go, physically, mentally, spiritually. She's
been through so much.
I don't want to traumatize people listening to this, so I'm not obviously going to go into too much details of how much my mom suffered.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know anyone that would continue picking themselves up and pushing, and she only did it because of us, right? And she believed there was a higher power testing her, and she wanted to pass the test so she can get accepted into heaven. My mom is very religious, right?
Yeah.
And I think all that is a combination of the reason why she kept going. And so we said, all right, I guess this interview is important. And so we're there at the interview, and it's this white guy in a suit. And we haven't really seen any white people. It's like, wow, it's a white guy in a suit. Look at him. I'm like, this guy looks, he's like, with this language he's speaking, we're not familiar with it. But there's another Ethiopian lady who's translating, right?
He's speaking English?
He's speaking English, yeah. And the lady's translating in Amharic, and mom's speaking in Amharic, or in Arabic, and the lady's translating to the guy, and then the guy's talking to my mom, and we're just sitting there just watching them talk. All of a sudden, we see my mom crying, and we can understand what the lady is saying, right? And the guy is saying pretty much, look, we're going to send you back to Ethiopia, okay? We're going to send you to your country. You want to go anywhere else, we'll send you back to your country. How about that? Instead of suffering in Sudan, we'll send you back to your country where, you have your country.
Yeah.
And mom's like, no, because we have nothing there. She hasn't been there for decades. She's like, we're just going to die there.
Yeah.
And so the guy says, I'm sorry, that's what we're going to do. And so mom starts crying, and we're all, like, when mom cries, we know it's not good, so we all start crying.
Yeah.
And so my brother, at the time, I was 11 when I came here, he would have been like 12 and a half, right? And he started again talking, my older brother.
Yeah.
And he's telling the guy all the stuff that we've experienced, all the suffering, right?
Right.
And he's pleading with the guy, please help us. He's showing him, I think at the time he had a scar from being chased and hit by a group of kids because, he was helping mom and mom was sick and they were like making fun of him. And so he got angry and he fought them and they hurt him.
Right.
And so he was explaining to the guy that, he has to step up and he's only like this years old, 12 and a half. And he's pleading with the guy, right? Saying, please help us, please help us. And the lady's translating to the guy. And all of a sudden, it's like the lady starts crying. The guy starts crying. And, we're all still crying. And he approves our visa.
Wow.
He goes, you're going to Australia.
Wow.
And you know what, man? Like, I get emotional telling that story because it's... And we fought so hard to be accepted. So when we come, like now that we're here, right, growing up in Australia,
where did you come here? Like was there processing? What happened?
So then he goes, you can go to Australia. And we all went, okay. He said, your visa's been approved. You'll go overseas, but we didn't quite know where. And then we found out it was Australia. Yeah. And then the process was, and he goes, are all these your kids? 6 of them. She looks at her. She's like, yeah, they're all my kids. He goes, okay. Because mom's young. Like, when we came here.
Yeah, she had them quick.
Yeah, she was like in her 30s. She was like 31, 32. She already has 6 kids with the eldest like 14, right? 15.
Right.
And so he's like, they're all your kids. And she's like, yeah. And at the time, people will say, this is like, uncles and aunties will come with their nieces and nephews and go, this is my son, this is my daughter.
Yes.
Right. So they wanted to make sure it was not a case someone sneaking their kids with her, right? Right. So they went, all right, we're going to have to do a test.
Oh, like DNA test, make sure.
Yeah, because 3 of us have mum's complexion, we're light, and my dad's complexion is darker. So like 3 of my siblings have dad's complexion.
Yeah, okay.
So they're like, oh, we're gonna have to, So they did a test, and we're all we're all same family. Yep. And they did another test to make sure we didn't have any sickness. Yep. And then they gave us some money, I think, to go and get like paperwork done, passports. Well, not passports, but like travel documents. Yep. So we still got the travel document that we came with, and we're all sitting there posing, and like no smiles, nothing. Everyone's just been through the trenches, so we're all just like staring at the camera. I've got a hole in my shirt, like a massive hole. It's hanging to the side, and I'm just like, just get us out of here.
Yeah.
And then I remember we waited probably like a month, and then they put us on a bus.
Yep.
And drove us to the airport.
Yep.
And we were just waving at everyone. Oh, life's changing. We're going. And I was telling all my mates, I won't forget you. I'll send you 1,000 soccer balls, because we love soccer, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then I came here and I forgot. Yeah.
And then what happened here? What was the transition?
And so we came here. We took like, I think we got on 5 different planes, or it took forever to get here, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're flying into Perth. And if you ask my sister,
but you going straight to school? Like, what's happening when you get here?
Well, we get here. There's people waiting for us. Here, like from the Catholic Church. So there was some white people, some Ethiopians from the Ethiopian community.
Yep.
They accept you at the airport.
Right.
But you could see Perth at night, and we're like, this place got so much electricity. Look at all the lights. And my sister's like, yeah, it looks like the stars have fallen. We're like, this is amazing, right?
Yeah.
Our lives changed. We get here, and these people welcome us, and we're like, more white people. This is insane. It's getting whiter by the day.
Now there's like too many white people, I think.
And so they took us to Westminster.
Okay.
And they went, this is your house. And we're like, this is our house? They're like, yeah, this is
Oh,
your
you went
house.
straight to a house?
Yeah,
that's
straight to,
man, that's
this
amazing.
is your house. We're like, this is, all right. Like not owned, but like rent,
No, yeah, I
right?
get it.
Like Homes West house, government house.
But you got somewhere to live.
Yeah, and
That's
then
yours.
like we're straight into a house.
Oh,
They're
that's
like, this is your skateboard. We're like, that's a skateboard.
That's sick, man.
And then I knew we made it, because when we walked in the house, in the lounge room, there was a bowl of apple, right? And, and we couldn't afford apples back home. And we would see this guy.
There's just a bowl there.
Dude, we would see this guy in a cart selling apples, and we're just like hungry, looking at it like one day, we're going to work hard and afford an apple.
Wow.
So we go to this new house, and we see this bowl with like lots of apples in there. I just ran toward it, grabbed the apples, and everyone chased me. And I'm like, one for you, one for me. It's like, we're rich.
God, that's incredible.
That was my first night in Perth.
Yeah.
And then
that's amazing.
And then the community obviously put us in touch with schools, and
I
went to Kundula Primary, and
right.
Then we had to learn English. They put us in Perth Mod. At the time, it was like an intensive language center.
Yeah, okay.
So we started doing that, and and then I just made sure I always got accepted by white people.
By being Joe.
By being Joe.
Joe White.
Yeah. And then started doing comedy at 29.
Yeah.
Became white.
You started at 29. I also started at 29. I also started at 29.
I'm 40 now,
Yeah.
But that's where the origin story of always wanting to be accepted comes from. I know that now.
Makes sense.
And so that's why I'm going back to my real name, Tilahun.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Before I ask this question, I remind you we can cut anything out that you don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
What do you think about Maz Jabroni, and what do you think he thinks about you?
Oh, I love Maz.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maz is, he's probably one of the first people that gave me like massive opportunity.
Right.
When I opened for him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Maz is cool. Like, why'd you have that?
I heard he was pretty mad at you.
Mad at me?
Yes.
Why was Maz mad?
I heard through the grapevine that Maz felt that maybe you had tricked your way into opening for him, and that your material was a little racist.
Really?
This is what I heard. So I was wondering if you had any conflict, or if that was just shit that he was saying.
No, Maz. I have a relationship with Maz where he could tell me that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But like, I smashed at Maz's shows.
Yeah, you said you gave me tickets to see you when you were in Perth, because you did like the whole national tour. I think it was like your first like big national.
I didn't open for him.
You did a great
once.
job at the show I saw.
Yeah, and it was like the all around. I opened for him all around Australia, and then I opened for him again, and he was just here like maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I was in Sydney, and I went and saw him, and he's like, "Yeah, jump up at the State Theatre."
Yeah, great.
And so I'm like, but here's the thing. The thing is, it doesn't matter what people say and spread. People always have their own agendas, right?
Sure.
So I would never go to Maz and be like, "Hey man, did you blah 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 say this?" Because I don't care, because I know Maz, and Maz knows me.
And also, it's like, maybe he thought that at one point. Maybe it changed as well. Maybe he never thought that.
I mean, I don't believe it to be true. Like, I knew at the time I can tell you all the jokes that I did at the time.
I remember. I saw your set.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there was.
I think to some extent, and Chortle had a similar point of view, right? When you were in Edinburgh.
Chortle,
yeah. I think at the time...
Yeah, but mine is different to Chortle.
No, of course.
A blonde lady reviewing me at a... blonde white lady reviewing me at a fringe festival.
Would you like to say fuck Chortle and then I can like clip it and put it up?
Yeah, no, I know better now. And so, that review...
Yeah.
Like it was such a great night in terms of laughs.
Yes, absolutely.
And I was killing and I had a great time.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a great show. It's my first 5 stars. So when it wasn't, it was what, 2 stars, was it?
I don't remember. I remember we
you
talked,
read it, yeah?
We talked about it afterwards.
We talked about it.
It was a while ago, but I think it was probably 2.5, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was kind of, I think it was something that...
I thought...
What you seemed upset about was like, I was crushing in the room. Why is this a negative review kind of thing, right?
I thought that I would definitely get more than 2.5 stars because I was crushing in the room, right?
Yeah.
But I spoke to you about it. And I think you had a great point of view where you spoke about the fringe and what they're looking for.
Yeah. Also, particularly Chortle and what they're looking for.
And what they're looking for. And so that's fine.
Yeah.
But also, one thing I agree with her in the review that I didn't agree with her when I read it is she said he doesn't trust his audience enough.
Ah, interesting. Yeah.
And he would talk about like the meat of the topic and you think, oh, he's going to open up now.
But you would do like the easiest jokes.
No, not the easiest. That's not what she said. That's your words.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. She didn't say the easiest.
No, I don't know.
What are you thinking, Jess? Why are you hating? You're hating.
Joe, I love you.
This is what she said.
I love you.
She didn't say the easiest jokes.
Yeah,
right?
what did she
say? She said he would...
Surface level.
He would open... No, that's not what she said at all.
Okay, I'll stop trying to fill it in.
Yeah, she said he would open up and when you think he's about to get into it, he would pepper it with jokes.
Right, okay.
He would pepper it with punchlines.
Yeah.
That's what you do at a comedy show, right?
That's fair enough.
But she's right in terms of me not trusting my audience to open up enough about this trauma that I'm making fun of. Because when you make fun of things, it's the best way for them not to have a hold on you anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
And so a lot of my comedy is talking about what happened, making fun of it. So with this new show, I'm opening up more. I'm talking about the last time I saw my dad, the last interview that we did when we used to be homeless.
This is emotional blackmail, right?
Yeah. And
I think it was you told me, like, it was a white comic pitching it to, like, every black comic he saw. You should call it emotional blackmail. Is that right?
No, it was Hung Lee, Asian comic.
Oh, it was Hung.
Why are you trying to give white people credit for something in Asia?
Sorry, but Hung pitched to multiple black comics, right?
You are supreme white rice.
It's my 1/4 Indian in me. But I'm like,
you got 1/4 Indian.
Yeah, my mother grew up in India. She came from a lot of trauma there. Yeah. Like her whole family is Indian, and they all emigrated here when she was very young.
Yeah.
But I look pretty white.
Yeah, you look
very white.
Man. Yeah.
I mean,
that's great. You got all the privileges that come with it.
But yeah, I think of Hung as white.
Yeah. So Hung Lee is like, you should call it emotional blackmail. I said, I'll take that.
Yeah, I think it's a great title.
But he tried to give it to Emo, to Ashley, and they're like, nah.
Yeah, he thought of the pun, and then he's like, anyone.
Yeah,
but you wanted to do a show like that now.
It was for me.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think it's a perfect title.
It was for me, and that's what I try to tell people is like, whatever is yours, it's out there, it's waiting for you, and you don't have to rush to it. You don't have to push people out of the way. No one's going to get it. It's yours.
Yeah.
You just have to believe it and work toward it, right? And that's the mindset that I had from day one. And that's why I didn't care when like comics say, oh, this person said that. Or, have you heard Joe White? Yeah, he did this and this happened. Oh, yeah. See, that's why I haven't done that because I don't want to be in his position. Right. Otherwise, I'd be like, yeah. It's like, what are you talking about? Everything that I ever did is backing myself. And there's been many times I failed. Many times I failed. But I just regrouped and went again and again and again.
Oh, yeah.
With every fail, I'm still climbing. You know what I mean? With every fail, I'm still climbing.
Yeah, talent is whatever, right? You can't necessarily control how much talent you have. It's specifically related to comedy. But work ethic is something you can control.
Yeah.
You can control how much work you put in.
Yeah. You can be talented.
You have whatever talent you were born with.
Yeah.
And then you can either be lazy or not, And there's plenty of Australian comedians particularly who are talented and lazy. And then they get mad that other people get stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, but that person's really working hard all the time. So that's why they got it.
And they're getting theirs. They're not getting yours.
Well,
people think they're getting theirs.
Yeah.
It's like,
you're not competing with other people.
Yours. They're getting what's rightfully
where are we at for
them.
Okay, cool. Yeah. We'll wrap up pretty soon. You done comedy on cruise ships? What's that like?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be a cruise ship comedian. I'd rather sell out theaters, arenas, and
Yeah. I just got
but
signed by an agency to do it, and I feel very conflicted.
You got what?
I just got signed by an agency to do it.
Oh, that's great.
But I've like really been very outspoken about how much I hate cruise ships.
Why?
And cruise ship comedy.
Have you done it before?
No, but as you say, like cruise ship comedians are a style of comedy that I don't really respect. Like I think it takes a lot of craft, but for me, it's not what I'm interested in doing. And,
what are you interested in doing?
well, just the style of stand-up I do, the things I'm talking about. Like, in order to do comedy in a corporate where they're paying me $2 or $3 grand, I'm not there to go, okay, here's all my favorite jokes to tell. I'm like, okay, what's going to work for this room? And for me, my perception of doing the cruise ship thing is that the audience is not necessarily all comedy-savvy comedy fans, right? So my perception is, okay, I've got to do a little bit more middle of the road. I got to sort of shave off some of the rough edges to make it work for these people that I'm being hired to do a job and entertain them. So even though they're not like necessarily my core audience, it's like I have to do maybe a style of comedy that is not quite exactly what I want to do. But I need to pay rent.
Yeah.
So therefore it's okay to do it.
And that's your perception.
That's where I've
let me
come to.
Let me ask you this.
So I'm curious.
Let me ask you this. Every room you perform at the moment on land, is everyone comedy savvy?
No, but there's gigs I prefer and there's gigs I prefer less, right? Because of the audience.
Yeah.
And so...
And is there some gigs that you don't know anything about, but you go and you do it and you have a good set and you're like, oh, I like this gig. I prefer to do this gig
but
again.
also like there's gigs that I've had good sets at or I do well, but I still don't enjoy it because of the audience, right? And so... like the big box comedy clubs, right? Like so Comedy Lounge, Sit Down Comedy Club in Brisbane or like Comics Lounge in Melbourne, like I don't really like their audiences too much, even when I do well, right? And I find when I perform in those places, I have to do what I imagine I'm going to have to do on the cruise ships. Because actually, from the comedians I've spoken to who've done cruise ships, that's essentially the same demographic, right? It's roughly the same. Like I prefer... like Comedy Store in Sydney is maybe a little bit broad, but like let's say like Spleen or whatever in Melbourne or Oasis here, I feel like it's like less successful.
Like you want younger audiences, is that what you're saying? Because Spleen and Oasis a lot backpackers.
Yeah, I mean young is maybe part of it, but I just feel like maybe that I share their values more, and so I feel like there's edits I have to make for my comedy to make it work to make the set go better at places like Comedy Lounge or Sit Down or whatever. And so I will literally go through the set and be like, all right, take this out, take that out. Not necessarily whole bits, but parts of it.
That's not a bad thing though.
No, I think it's...
to be able to perform to many different types of crowds.
I think that's what makes it a job.
Mean, that's great, and that makes you a more versatile performer.
Exactly.
Right?
But the reason for that is...
the crowd here in Australia is different to the crowd in America, the crowd in England. So
and like different places are different within the countries as well. Like New Zealand audiences are not all a monolith, and Singaporean audiences are not all a monolith. So like, I think when you, like as someone who's been doing comedy on cruise ships for over 3 years, I think that once you get up there, you would love it. Once you work it out. We'll see.
You would love it. I think you've got this perception of it that you will not like it, but I think you would.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like you want to get paid,
Sure.
for your work.
Yeah,
and you get paid. Secondly, you want to enjoy your work.
Yeah. But if my goal was just to get money, it's like I wouldn't have been in comedy,
just to
right?
get money, but it's to enjoy what you're doing, to love what you're doing, and do what you want.
Well, more accurately, it's like I want to do what I love, right?
Yeah, do what you love.
I don't want to just love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I want to decide what I'm doing in advance and then do that. Yeah. And then hopefully make enough from that to live, right?
So you're going to get paid. You're going to do what you love on the ship because you're doing stand-up, right?
Yeah, but that's what I mean, right?
But what I'm saying
not all stand-up is stand-up I love.
Yeah, but on the ship, right, they have PG shows.
Yeah.
So in the PG shows, you can't do your adult content.
Yeah.
You got to do the friendly stuff. And then when you do the adult show, you can do whatever you want. That's your show.
I don't know if I can do whatever.
I think you can do whatever you want.
Let's see. I mean, that's the thing. I've been signed by the agency, but I haven't done it yet. I think it...
I didn't used to... That was my opinion of cruise ships. I don't want to do cruise ships.
Yeah. And you thought that?
Yeah, 100%. Okay. I was like, I don't want to do cruise ships.
Yeah.
Like, all people packed and like,
Yeah.
It was 2 hours of material. Oh, now they make me do 3 hours, right? I'm like, ugh. And then I did one contract, and I was like, I could retire on a cruise ship. This is amazing.
Yeah,
you know, you become like a celebrity on the ship to the 2,000 people.
If you
there.
do well, I've spoken to comics who they're like, "Oh my god, if you bomb and you have to keep seeing people around in the halls."
I mean, sure, yeah, but you know, you might bomb here and there, but you'll have more good sets than you do bad sets. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I mean, I need the money.
It's great money.
That's
man.
the big thing.
It's comics make almost 200 grand doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do loads of them. Like for me, it's doing
one or two a month is fine.
I want to do 2 or 3 a year. I'm fine with
2 or 3 a year. You might not do them at all.
Yeah, I've got like different income streams now where I started like emceeing weddings and I'm just about to get my celebrant's license and stuff. It's like I'll do a few weddings a year, a few cruise ships a year.
But all that is doing stuff that you're just talking about how you don't want to do these and you just want to do your stand-up. You want to do your proper material. I mean, but when you MC events and...
But depending on the event, I can love it, right? Like, so I do love weddings and like I really enjoy that on its own terms.
Yeah.
Doing a corporate, like doing like 30 minutes for an office party.
Cruise ship is very different to corporate.
Yeah, so I'm sort of
the crowd on
them,
cruise
right?
ship is like... They're savvy, they're amazing, they're fun.
I sort of felt like they must feel like corporate.
They're fun.
Corporates are hard and often very unenjoyable.
Corporates are yuck, but they're great money.
Yes,
so you're in the car crying and counting your money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But with cruise ship crowd, it's like they're more corporate-y compared to a comedy club room, yeah? But in terms
of... But only a little way towards corporate.
Yeah, just a little way. But like nowhere near corporate.
Okay.
Like you can still roast people and do your fun stuff, you know?
Okay. Well, I hope it'll be good.
I hope you do it. I hope you do it, and then I'll ask you afterwards what it's like.
You just had a kid, is that right?
I just had one, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say kids with an S?
Had a kid.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's only the one plan?
Who's the other one? I mean, what do you know?
How's it feel?
Yeah, it's amazing and exhausting.
Yeah. Has it changed your outlook on things?
Oh, 100%. My material's changed. It's all about being a new dad and, you know, how much respect I have for my partner, watching her go through it.
Yeah.
And then just talking about, obviously, my input on, you know, the birthing and what I
Your
thought.
input on the birthing? What is that?
Yeah, like, you know, my comedic input on
I
what
see.
happened. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. and so it's like...
Sorry, I thought you were giving her pointers while she's giving birth. And I'm like, I don't think she'd be into it.
Like, you're pushing too hard. You're breathing
Take care of that. I gotta use it later. A boy or a girl?
Girl. Half Maltese, half Ethiopian.
Okay.
Her name is Leilani.
Yeah, cool.
I named her after my favorite Sam Cooke song, Sweet Leilani.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
No, I don't know.
I'll sing it to you. Look me in the eye, hold my hands. I'm joking. Jesus Christ. That was a test that you failed.
If you pay me money, I'll do anything.
What community do you...
What's the meaning of life?
What's the meaning of life?
Mm-hmm.
I think to just do your best and do the right thing.
Okay.
Yeah, people go, oh, the meaning of life.
Well, what's your meaning of life? You know, like, not the meaning.
I wanna be known as someone who did the right thing.
Okay.
Yeah, by everything and everyone.
Favorite film? Do you have a favorite film?
Favorite film? The Gods Must Be Crazy, maybe.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I used to love that as a little kid, and then I watched it as an adult, and I was like, I don't think I can watch this movie.
Oh, yeah. Dude, my mom loves it.
The context really changed for me.
My mom loves The Gods Must Be Crazy.
Yeah. Favorite musician?
Favorite musician? I love Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac's sick.
Yeah.
All right. And comedian. Favorite comedian?
Favorite comedian? I like Dave Chappelle. Trevor,
even now? His current stuff?
Yeah, Trevor Noah.
You hate trans people?
No, it's not even that. It's... I think he's not as funny and punchy as he was many moons ago, right?
Yeah.
Like, have you seen his first special when he was like 21 or 19?
Yeah. Killing Them Softly. It's great.
He was so funny
there,
right?
Very funny. I miss that Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then now it's I enjoy his political insight. Okay. I enjoy his writing in terms of
he's still incredibly
how
talented.
he gets to the punchline.
He's still incredibly talented.
Just his worldview.
Yeah.
But also, there's just something in his tone, his voice that's changed from the young Dave to the now Dave.
Yeah.
Right? You could see growth, right? And his voice has become bigger than he intended it to be, right? And so I enjoy seeing that growth in him, and I enjoy listening to him. Sure, I don't agree with everything he says, right?
Okay.
But like the way he gets to his punchlines, I think he did like... I would assess like 20 minutes of no punchlines, but just like really insightful, captivating. I felt like my brain exploded by the time he finished that 20-minute bit. I just learned so much about history.
Yeah.
And how he linked it and all that.
Yeah,
and who was it? I think it was Dave Hughes. He goes to me, he when he was performing, he was just trying to be punchy all the time.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, mate, take your time, Hughesy. You've earned the silence.
Yeah.
I'm like, earned the silence? And Hughesy was like explaining to me what the guy meant. And I went, yeah. Because you've been doing so well for so many years, you've achieved so much.
Yeah.
It's like if you have a set where it's not as funny, but you want to get a point across, that silence is earned, you know? Like, listen to what Hughesy has to say.
I agree with that in principle.
Yeah.
The things I don't like about what Dave's doing now is the points he's making, I think, suck.
Yeah.
to my point of view, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you can take time. There's plenty of comedians I've seen who do shows that aren't as funny.
Yeah, but what point?
Because
like
they're making a big point, right?
Point,
no, but whether it's like Hannah Gadsby or like Chris Gethard.
So the LGBTQ points that he makes you don't agree with. What about the political stuff?
I mean, he's very convincing and charismatic, but I think for me, like when you really break apart most of his points, like the actual foundation of them is kind of built on sand, and I really think he speaks from such a position of privilege, yet now presents himself as like a champion for the underdog while attacking the underdogs, and it's just like, to me, it's like, I don't really have time to bother with that anymore. Like, I loved his early work, and when he came back, I was so happy. And then I watched his first couple of things, and I tried to stick with it because he still is such a charismatic performer and a great writer.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like he's so self-indulgent and, powerful that it's like, I don't really want to hear what a very powerful person has to say about the world. Like, he owns like half the fucking town he lives in,
He was saying that, yeah.
Like, motherfucker, like, I don't.
That was funny though. I own that.
It's fine. I haven't seen the last couple.
Because he's coming from a race perspective, right?
Yeah,
when he does that bit.
I know.
And so it's like,
I haven't even seen that bit. Like, I just know that that's true, right? But like, I'm aware of that fact. I haven't even seen the bit about that, right? But
you haven't?
No, I'm not interested in his
special.
stuff anymore. I won't watch his. I mean, I'm not like. I don't think he should be cancelled. It's just, he's not for me. He's not an artist that speaks.
Yeah, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's like you watch a comedian, working on their craft, doing their thing.
Just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not good, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And there's a comedian for everyone out there, and when you do find them, support them, right?
Yeah.
So I like Chappelle, Trevor Noah, Russell Peters, Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Cat Williams.
Yeah, Cat Williams is cool. I like
Bernie Mac, the late Bernie Mac I loved.
Bernie Mac's the best, man.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Thanks for talking to me.
Thanks for being on.
Thanks for coming to my dungeon. Now get naked.